We are going to do 3 practicals. One will be for the boot with specific target. So let's say you want to boot from multi-user to graphical target, sorry. And next is repair boot problems. Let's say you have etc fs tab some wrong entry which was not done properly, so how to rectify this one. And third, having two parts. First part will be when grub configuration file have some issue, and another is when grub file is accidentally deleted. Okay, so let's start for the first one. Screen. So you can see the operating system. This is running server 1. Okay, so this is host name server 1. Check the default mode where it is set. ctl get default is set to graphical. System ctl set it to multi-user target. Multi-user, okay, multi-user. Okay, enter. Clear the screen. Check the status. The status is get default actually. Okay, now you can see the screen. It's already changes to the multi-user, and if you want to change it to default graphical user, done. Let's see what is a mode, what is target here. Now target is graphical view, so this way you can do without rebooting the system. Okay, but let's say if you wanted to set it to multi-user, okay, it will set it permanently, and you can check the value, it's multi-user. Okay, just reboot the system, and we will bring the system into rescue mode, and from there we will set the default target as a graphical view. Okay, reboot the system. Let's go to the console. Okay, it's already at the grub side. Now what we will do, we just mention here at the end of this Linux 16 system, let me make the screen bigger. System D -unit equal to emergency .unit. Okay, so just check one more time, emergency unit, system D unit, control X, it will come to the emergency mode. It's gonna take a few seconds. I'm pausing the video. Okay, now it's coming, so no need to pause the video. Okay, now it's coming to emergency mode. As you can see here, enter the root password. Okay, and after entering the root password, what you have to do, you have to first of all check systemctl get default, which is multi-user. Now check systemctl set-default graphical view, enter. Okay, it has could not connect, no such file or directory. Now reboot the system, enter it, enter the first grub. So now you can see system booted from multi-user to graphical user. So by this way you can change to any of the target, you can boot from any of the target. Okay, so next practical we are going to do for the etc file system. Let's say you have some wrong entry inside your etc file system. Let's log in inside the system, cat etc fs tab. So make sure you have backup for this, in case if anything happens wrong, you definitely should have copy for this. fs tab, today 29th November 2021. Do you want to replace? Yes. Okay, clear. Check what is inside. You can see this is MNT because as part of one activity I just mounted the file system with these devices, but this is no longer available. But let's do one thing, just make it available. I'm just going to remove it hash from here. Now it's available. Boot the system, reboot the system. Let's go to the console. Okay, system is trying to boot. Let's see where it stopped. It's taking longer than usual because generally it don't take this much of time, but it's taking more time because it's trying to load the modules, the file systems. So most probably it is checking for that mount point where we have just enabled and it was really not available. For saving time, what I'll just speed up this video. I'm going to pause for a few seconds. Now you can see system at the maintenance mode. So welcome to emergency mode. After login in, type journalctl --xb to view system logs, systemctl reboot to reboot, systemctl default or D to continue to the boot in default mode. Okay, so let's enter the password of root. Already let's try to mount with the all file system. You can see it's not able to mount this UUID. So you just go etc fs tab, and this is the UUID which the system is not able to mount. Hash it, save the changes, clear the screen, mount all the file system. Now it's working, and reboot the system to see whether really it's able to boot or not. Select the first grub, it's going to take few seconds. Now you can see it's haven't took more time than previous one, and now system into graphical user mode. So just try to log in into the system, root, clear host name and cat etc fs tab. This we did commented. Okay, now guys, let's move to the grub configurations file related problems, and this is very important, and please watch till end of this video. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to edit few words inside the grub configurations file. So sci-i:\s, what it will do, it will change the Linux 16 content into OS 16. Okay, you can mention anything else. You can mention NUX 16 instead of Linux, NUX, save, and the configuration file is boot grub2 and grub.cfg. okay, or something. This, just make sure you are closing it properly. Okay, now reboot the system. Let's go to the console. Okay, what it's telling, error, can't find command NUX 16, error, you need to load the kernel. So basically it's looking for the kernel, and grub is trying to load the kernel. Okay, and kernel is not able to find because actual line is Linux 16, but we are giving, but inside the command is mentioned NUX 16. Let's do one thing, add the line LIN inside here. Okay, you can do either two ways. Okay, if you do here, it will be temporary change, and once you boot up with the system, just okay, temporary we are going to edit here Linux 16. Just boot the system with Control X. The system will try to load the kernel. Now we have corrected the error. It will boot the system. Let's see. Okay, now it's loaded. Let's do one thing, log inside the server, clear the screen, just check whether the configuration file is okay or not okay. Boot grub.cfg. if you see, we have still it is same NUX 16. okay, which is not the correct one. So for doing corrections, don't do direct changes inside this configuration file. For doing the configuration file changes, you need to run the command grub2 mkconfig and then the name of a file, which is boot grub to grub.cfg. Okay, now let's see what is the boot, whether content has been changed or not. grub to grub.cfg. so you can see just now it changes. Oh, not just now, so it's input some changes. Let's verify whether it's done or not. Linux, still it's same. Seems like there is some error because the file content doesn't change. Let me see. grub to mkfs. Oh, redirection symbol is not there. But before giving this redirection symbol, first check grub.cfg. Sorry, grub.cfg. Okay, check the difference between this grub file and the boot cfg, sorry, grub2.cfg file. So if you see the difference, these two words are not matching. Okay, this is from the first file, this is from the one specific line, this is from the another specific line. So there are two major difference. So the configurations file now looks okay because this is the first one from the first file, this is from the second file, and our first file is this one, the newly generated file. So let's redirect the content to the correct file, which is this one, and now see the difference, if it is any. No difference because no changes, both are similar. Okay, so reboot the system to see whether it's going automatically and able to find the proper grub, able to load the kernel. We don't need to change this time because we have already done the corrections using grub mkconfig command. It's gonna few seconds. I'm going to post the now you can see system already booted. Okay, let's move to the last practical part, which is if we completely delete the grub configuration file, then what happens. Okay, so restart the session first, clear the screen, and rm -r boot grub, then grub.cfg. This file we have already deleted. Let's reboot the system. Where it goes, is it able to find anything? Oh, it's not able to find any grub because we have already deleted the grub configuration file where mbr pointing to grub and grub pointing to the kernel. So there is nothing. Let's do one thing before executing. Mount the cd I think it's already mounted. Okay, let's exit from here. Now you can see it's coming on the cd prompt, installation, test media, all this. Let's go to the troubleshooting part. Let me make the screen bigger. Troubleshooting part, then install rescue mode and run a memory test, boot from local drive, return to main menu. Okay, just go to the second option, which is rescue a Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Press enter. I have already pressed enter. Let's wait. Okay, now you can see system is booting. Okay, starting installer, one moment. Okay, now you can see and read. The rescue environmental will now attempted to find your Linux installation and mount it under the directory this. So do you, okay, if for some reason this process does not work, choose 3 to skip directly to the shell. Okay, what we have to do, we have to continue the rescue mode. So press enter 1, and here is shelling. Please press this to get shell, and ch command ch/mnt/sys image for the root file system mount. Let's do this mnt sys image. Okay, done. Okay, you have already know we have already deleted the grub configuration file. So grub to install, and where is the place? I know I have already one hard disk which is STA. So in your case you need to find out where basically the grub boot loaders where you want to install. Okay, so it's said installation for this platform installing finished, no error reported. Now grub to mkconfig and the file where you want to redirect, which is /boot/grub2/grub.cfg. sorry, cfg. Guys, this will be little bit smaller for you, but hope you are able to see it clearly. Okay, installation done. Now let's do one thing. Reboot the server and see whether it's available or not. I mean, you are able to boot through the proper grub or not. It's in ch mode, is ignoring. Exit, then exit. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to touch it. Let's boot it automatically. Okay, it's booting. Okay, now you can see the system is started. Update utmp about this one shutdown, because it's doing SC Linux policy relabeling. So it's gonna take some time. Relabeling could take a few very long time depending on files. So let's wait it for finish. Till the time I just post a video to save time. Okay, now it's going to start again. Press the first grub. Okay, now it's trying to load the kernel operating system. Compressed one. Many reboots, in between I'm doing pausing of video. Okay, now you can see the system is already in. Let's log in inside and check when the last grub was installed. Boot grub to grub.cfg. So date is this one. Okay, so just 2 minutes before. That means that time we only did it one. So guys, I hope this video will be very useful for you, and try to do the practical from start to end. It will really helpful for you and increase your technical knowledge. And please subscribe to my channel as well as click on the like and share button. Thank you for watching. Thanks. Bye bye. Take care.